Hey everyone, welcome back to Tech Station, the podcast where we uncover the latest topics and trends in tech. I'm Valentina Alto, technical architect at Microsoft, and today I'm with John. John, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. Thank you, Valentina, for having me. My name is Can. I am with Microsoft over 15 years now. Right now, I am mostly focused on Copilot and the extensibility of Copilot.
Thanks for being here. So today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. So over the past 2 years, we heard a lot about the buzzword Copilot, right? Copilots everywhere, in every product. However, there is a new buzzword that is joining the game, that is the one of agent. Now, today we are trying to understand a bit more about the differences between the concept of Copilot and the concept of agent within the landscape of M365. So, Jack, can you tell us a bit more about these two buzzwords and what are the main differences between the two?
Sure. So like since once year almost, like we have Copilot M365, which is this chat available for our tenants, for customers, for us, which is the which is connected to your tenant information, tenant data, customer data. It's connected to your mail, it's connected to your Teams, it's connected to SharePoint, OneDrive, everything. And now with Wave 2, almost like a month ago, now we have the new concept of M365 Copilot Agents, which are a subset, which is mainly is like a subset of information, but it is in the end it's the same Copilot orchestrator, it's same data, it's every permissions, everything is same, just a smaller subset of information to ground your Copilot to.
Okay, so you're telling me that we are focusing and scoping even more the overall perimeter of a general purpose Copilot to a specific task or a specific set of documents?
Mostly right now, we can think of this as a specific subset of documents, like you are grounding your knowledge to a smaller subset. There are also actions that you can add. For example, you can also connect it to APIs. But basically, the first thing I believe for an end user, from end user perspective, from someone is using it, the first thing that they will notice is this is a tool to increase the level of the quality they get from Copilot, because instead of now your Copilot needs to go everywhere looking for an answer, it will go a smaller subset where you think whatever you are querying is the information somewhere out in those documents, for example. Then you get better results, like you reduce the number of hallucinations and you increase the quality of the response you get from Copilot.
Okay, and can you make us a couple of examples of one or more agents that you might want to create from your M365 Copilot?
I would love to. I would love to give some examples, and like
Please.
let me put this next to Outlook because it is for me it is very similar experience. Let's say you have your Outlook and you have an
Right.
inbox, right? And then you have maybe 10 customers, and then let's say you want to see some documents about maybe a SharePoint problem or Azure AI problem, and then if you just search your inbox renewal or SharePoint something or Azure AI, you're gonna get so many results. You're gonna get results from each and every customer, maybe the other things that you are part of, other groups you're part of. So you're not really gonna find easily what you're looking for. So when you have 10 customers and when you want to focus on them individually, what you do?
I search for that specific customer or use a folder.
Exactly, folder. So you create folders.
Okay.
Let's say you have 10 customers, you create 10 folders and you put that customer or case or whatever it is, but you put that relative information into that subfolder. So when you search for renewal or search for something specific, instead of going to your inbox, you go to that folder, click on the folder, and then now search. Now you are searching only within that folder. So the result that you're gonna get will be much more meaningful to you. So like you're gonna have you literally increase the quality of the response, And most probably you're gonna get it in, you're gonna finish the operation in a shorter amount of time because now you are looking in a smaller subset. Agents are exactly like this. So your inbox is your Copilot, your Microsoft 365 Copilot, and which has everything. You see everything, but you don't want to see everything. You want to see something specific. So what you do, like creating a folder, you are creating an agent, and then you are directing this agent you are basing the knowledge of this agent into that specific SharePoint site, OneDrive, Graph Connector, somewhere that you know the data is. That's what you're looking for. And now when you search, you get higher quality results, and you get most probably going to get it faster. But the important part is you are getting high quality results, that the things that you are actually looking for, not the noise from whatever it can be.
Sounds great. Now, I have to admit that I tried a couple of hours ago to create my agent starting from M365 Teams chat.
Okay.
And the first the first page that I landed on was a natural language interface where I was asked to enter the kind of things that I would like my agent to be able to do. So is it that easy to create an agent just inputting natural language instructions?
Yes, it actually is that easy. This is something we also call like a maybe more technical name is like a declarative agent. So when you hear declarative agent or Microsoft 365 Copilot agent, they are actually the same thing. So the declarative agents are declarative because you declare. You say, I want something like this. So when you create an agent, it is a little bit more than I just said previously, because I was focusing on mostly creating the ground of the knowledge, right? The grounding of the knowledge, but actually you can also specify a couple more things. Of course, when you create an agent, you want to give a name, right? And then you also like to set a tone. So like you want to tell LLM how to respond. You are working with Azure OpenAI, so you are not you are familiar already with the system message. When you query LLM GPT-4, GPT-4 or whatever, it's like you send two messages, right? Like one is the system message and one is the user prompt. The system message tells the LLM what context. You set the context for the question. The instructions of agent is same, is a part of the system message. So like it's also very powerful for me because now Microsoft is allowing to set the tone, set the system message through agent. This is something that we didn't have before when we are working with the base Microsoft 365 Copilot. But with agents, you can do that. You can edit the system message. So you can say answer is in more details, use bullet points, use tables when you answer. If the answer of the question, answer of the prompt, not available in your knowledge base, say I don't know, or say the question, the answer is not within the data set that you have provided. So like these kind of things prevents hallucinations or prevent random data coming from its previous knowledge, it's the ground knowledge. So this is, and then instead of asking people, given a name, set down the system message, and because for end users, and give me some examples of what kind of prompts. That's called conversation starters, right? Give me some questions that you might want the users of this agent might want to ask to this agent. So instead of like the 6 boxes you see when you open Copilot. So instead of asking them one by one in a wizard way, we done this in an LLM way. So just give me your story, and from your story, I will create the conversation starters for you. I'm gonna name your agent for you. You can edit, but based on the story you are telling me, based on what you want to do with this agent, LLM automatically generating the instructions, the name, the conversation starters, and then everything. So that conversation mode replaces the wizard that we can also just put. You can also go there. You can also just skip the conversation and then go to configuration directly, which in the end, you are going to the same thing. One of them is if you just go to configuration, you need to do like this one by one. You need to edit your own conversation starters. You need to give your own name. You need to give your own instructions and everything. Or you can just talk, declare what you want, and let LLM pick up things from you said, and then create those fields or fill those fields on your behalf. But it's that easy, so that we don't need to teach end users about the system message, about instructions, about everything. It become more friendly for end users.
So let's say that I can use M365 Copilot as it is, then I can add a level of customization leveraging M365 agents. So having access to that back-end set of instructions that is the meta prompt that you mentioned, or the system message. But what if I want to add another layer of customization? Maybe I want to orchestrate a bit more the flow of the conversation between the agent or chatbot and the user. Is there another layer of orchestration and customization that we can add?
There is a way to create M365 Copilot agents by using Copilot Studio. So like when you do that, you also can leverage some part of Power Platform tools into your Copilot agent. But that is a little bit, you are mixing things into one solution. When you just create a pure, let's say pure, I don't think this is how we call it, but like if you just create an agent by using the agent builder on this chat or from Teams Toolkit, you are creating the everything that you have created lives inside Microsoft 365 Copilot. There is no other footprint in anywhere. But if you create a Microsoft 365 Copilot agent through Copilot Studio, now you are getting both words at the same time. You create a footprint on the Power Platform on Dynamics, which powers the Copilot Studio, and another part of your agent lives inside Microsoft 365 Copilot. So you can create a little bit more how to say this, more capability in your agent by bringing both of them together. Maybe
Amazing.
I don't know if
The
this is what
beauty
you're
of both
looking for.
worlds. Yeah, that looks super flexible as an approach. And once I'm done with the configuring or declaring my agent, how can I share it? Where can I deploy it to be consumed from other users?
This is for from end user perspective, like this is where end users are going, right? This is something in front of you, like you just see the create agent, like you said you did in this morning, and then you create something personal for yourself. So this is not going to be published on your company app portal, for example. Like this is your personal use, because if everyone goes in the company portal, there will be thousands of names, and then I think the IT will freak out. So the personal ones that you have created to create agent, you can share it as a link. You can send it to people over Teams. You can send it to your colleagues by email, and then when they click that, they will see it's also going to get installed on there, but individually. There is no distribution like app distribution. When you create it from Copilot Studio or by Teams Toolkit, now you have the full distribution experience. You publish it or you request to publish it, and then this goes to admin approval. And if the admin approves it, during the approval time, they can also say, I want to publish this agent only for subgroup. So you don't need to publish for everyone. You can say only for IT people, only for HR, only for finance. So you provide a specific group, and then you make it available only to the members of that group. Or you say, if this is something like a HR onboard, HR training, whatever, you just say, publish for everyone. But that is a managed experience. Someone builds the agent, and then admins have the full control, approve or reject. And then they also have the full control in the company who can see this who will this be to distribute it to?
Which is also very in line with any security practice that as an organization I might want to have in place, right?
Yes, exactly. So that creates the compliance part, because that you just limit the basically we have a two story to tell here. One is like a personal agent, right? That the one that you just created for yourself. And if you like to share it, you can share it. There is no harm in sharing. Let me also why sharing is not harmful, or for me, it doesn't create a compliance problem is this. Let's say you have a SharePoint site. It can be anything, maybe your personal website inside the tenant. And then you create your agent, and then you just say knowledge is this SharePoint site. And then you share it with me. Of course, my agent that on my Teams, on my BizTalk is also goes to the same SharePoint site, but now I am using my credential, maybe you see 10 files, now I'm going to see 8 files, because the 2 files extra you see, you have permission, but I don't have permission. So when sharing the agent, you never give more permission or more knowledge to anybody else. If everyone sees the documents that they have read permission for, and if I don't have a read permission for it, my agent will not be able to see. So when you ask a question about a document that that you have read permission, but I don't, your agent will give you a reply, but my agent won't, because my agent will not be able to read that document.
I think that's a relief to hear. So I will share with you my agent, what's done, and
Sure,
without
please.
concerns, because I know that we have different
No
credentials.
concerns.
No concerns.
Yes,
Amazing.
definitely.
So, John, thanks a lot for sharing your experience and knowledge with Copilot and Copilot agents today. I think that personally now I have way more clarity about the topic. So thanks a lot. And dear listeners, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again, John, for being part of this session, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye.